might have been in these trades a little longer than I might want to, but it's a change, just a change of season or whatever. Not a big deal. We're still going to take really good trades. That's all we're looking for. Right now, I'm looking at this downward market. On the 15-minute, you see this nice size candle. Looks like it wants to make it down to the bottom of this candle. You notice that we already made it down to the bottom of this candle already. You got some pushback right there, so there's a possibility that once we get down there, market might want to go the opposite direction, but all that is just conjecture. We'll have to see once we get to that level. But on the 15-minute right now, I'm seeing that push down. So I'm looking at that particular area, and that's what area we just traded at. You see it right here also. So I'm actually waiting for that part to see if it actually extinguishes itself out or if it decides to keep on moving. Because both of these show a downward type trend or downward activity. So I want to see what goes on with the buyers, and then it'll possibly set us up for another sell. If we have to stick in there a little long, we just stick in there a little longer. It comes with the risk reward with all of this. Once you stay in there a little longer, you might get a better trade. You take a little bit more risk by sticking in the market a little longer, but however, you'll get a better price. So if you get a better price and you have to stay a little longer, it's a trade-off that you might make, and you might be willing to make that trade-off if the opportunity is there, if the opportunity shows itself to be a really good one. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I think we got. I think we got one. I don't even know. I think we got one trade, and so that's cool. And we're gonna keep moving right along. I got a little programming, a little script that I'm working on. I've been working on it in the background for a little minute. That has everything to do with studying this behavior. So it's a script that I got written. So, I call it my reliable option instrument, and we're going to be taking a look at that, the beta version of that also, see if it can help everyone else out when I'm not just on the charts. So we're going to have that at our disposal too. I think it's going to be a great tool, and I'm going to also use it for myself. That's why I actually made the tool. I made the tool to help me with my own discipline at times, or so I could be able to visually just look at the chart real quick and know what I want to know about the market. So these are a couple of things that I'm working on. They're going to be all available for everyone that's with IMtheSIGNAL. So we're just going to keep moving forward, and we're going to take very, very, very good trades this week. Like I said, I want to be very careful. I'm purple-hearted, so I'll take a loss if it's necessary, if I want to go for it. So I've been at war. I really really don't care about it like that. But for you ladies and gentlemen, you probably do care about it. So you need to be very careful. If you only take one real trade a day, that's all gravy. And if you paper trade the rest, that's all gravy. If you paper trade all day, it's all gravy. If what the main thing is really to see what good trades are, see how they kind of like set up, see what they're made of. So you're going to be able to take the exact same trades, and hopefully with the reliable option instrument, it's going to help you even more, just to confirm those great type of trades. So that's what I'm looking at. And when I talked about getting in earlier and stuff like that because of how the market is moving, I talk about stuff kind of like maybe this 35, like when it was there. Like I probably get into that very early and just take my profits when this started out, like when it's about 4 minutes, not now, of course, but I would just get in there early, take my profits because the market is not moving in that direction. The time it probably moves in that direction, it'll probably be down here, and then maybe it'll start moving against me, so forth and so on. But it's a small increased risk, but I believe the strike price is safer. So we're looking into things like that, and like I said, my reliable option instrument helps me also with those trades because I'm so used to just getting out the trades very early. I might be only in the trade less than a minute, so forth, so on. So when it comes to like a longer trade, your mind automatically tells you not to do it, even though it might be a great trade. So we're just going to look at those things. We're going to study. We're going to sit here and find wins. That's what I do. And you and everyone with me will be able to do those same things. So that's just how this goes. Let's just look at what we got going on. We see the first part of this looks like it wanted to go up. Now it looks like it's mashing down hard on here. 29 shows the price. Let me see. 27, 31. Most it gets down 31 to 31, 27, 31, maybe, or 29. I like 29. The buy on the 29. I like the buy on the 29. Possibly the buy at 31 if we get some more movement. And I'm only saying that for now, though, because I should actually just be looking at the sales. So let's actually just stop that and just look at the sales for now, right now, because I just look at I'm running. My mind is just kind of running, so I'm just kind of giving you how I'm looking at it on my mind. So the first thing I was looking at was just this 29, just to get that price, because I believe that price would stay there for you, and it did stay there for us. But we in reality, though, probably supposed to look at this market downward, let this upward movement happen first, and then actually see what the downward moves happen. Because the upward move is the upward move. I believe the upward move is just an opposition move, so I want to see what the opposition move will do, right? But I believe that the downward move is more with the dominant structure of the market. So that's why I would look at the down move harder than I would look at the up move. The up move itself would give you better pricing, probably. You get a better price, So say if I'm doing 10 contracts, I could probably, if I do the up move, I probably could do 5 contracts, maybe get about the same amount of money out of it, close to it. So those things that you want to look at, those things I constantly look at when I'm thinking about risk reward and taking trades that are counter to what the market looks like is actually doing at the time. All right. The game is played like that. That it's counter traders and it's traders that are trading with the dominant motion of the market. Both of them are in the market, and they're both there to squeeze you in the middle and take as much money as they can from a retail trader that doesn't know any better. This first one, it looks like it got a lot of upward strength to it, a lot of counter strength to it. So I wouldn't feel safe about buying it, though, unless we was down at about 27, maybe 30. So 27, 29 would be what I would, I would feel safe at on that. And I'm looking at these things, how I'm looking at them now, because the market, like I said, changes up for this time period, this seasonal period. So, we're looking at things the same way, but the entry times might be a little differently than we usually do, which is no big deal. This is part of being, having finesse with your trade. It's part of just trading. It's not like we're doing anything any differently. It just might be the time that we decide to do the things that we do. All right? As I said, this is a counter trend. This is counter to everything that's going on in the market. So anytime I got a counter to everything that's going on in the market, plus this last little piece here was a cross. So a lot of times, you know, you get one of these things, you might get another one. So this little piece is just out of pocket for me. Let's just look at. I want to look at it also too. Let's see what kind of information, more information we could discern from it. What was it? It stopped at 27.32.8. 35. This might even get over 35, maybe. It might even get over 35. So where 37 was actually the sell price, which is not on here. So see, this even got over, you know, pushing over 35. You see what I'm saying? So these are just things I'm looking at. Did a massive my study from this week and last week and this week was just massive all over this weekend. Just behavior studies on just past price movement, but most recent price movement of last week. We just did a massive study with that, and we just the information that we gathered from that, I believe is going to help us stay out of those little trades that catch us on some real bullshit. You know, for the most part, you know, we stay out of whack trades for the most part. Every now and then, because I'm kind of, you know, gung ho and loose with my thinking, we'll hit a bad trade and get popped in our face, right? That will happen. So this my whole activity here, my study that I've been doing, and you see it right here. It's called, I put my strategy here, but it's actually my little study that I've been doing. That study is going to help us a lot. It's going to keep us out of a couple of things, a couple of areas that we got caught. That I actually forgot about it because it was just this time of year, and I just kind of forgot about it. So now I'm in tune, and hopefully, you know, we're going to make some money. Anytime I see this hammer right there, you see that right there, gotta be careful of that, especially when it's just near these lines, because it looks like a lot of times you look at it like, oh, this is going down, so I'm just going to take it down. But no, anytime you see that first around there, that's always a dangerous little spot, because it always means that, you know, it's some buying that was going on down there that could take the market up somewhere. So if we're thinking about selling, we always got to watch that. So I watch those kind of hard, even on the 1 minute. If you see me on the 1 minute, when we come down to this chart, I'm looking to see if there's these hammers around there where I'm trading at or in my area, especially if I'm looking to sell. If I'm looking to sell, I see those around there, I know I got to be wary. So these just little pieces. There's so many different pieces of the puzzle that you could put together that help you form a real decision. And not even a decision, it helps us form a assumption. And from that assumption, we get enough confirmation, then we make a decision based on that. So that's what's going on here. You see at this 15-minute, it's under, you know, the kind of like the moving average of that. You know, so I'm just looking at the strength in the market. You see, it's kind of under that. So, you know, it looks like these sellers, you know, it's right at the, you know, tip of that, almost even. Looks like these sellers might be, you know, have found some strength in the market. If they did, I expect the sellers to probably make it at least, let me see, that's 1 minute, sorry. I expect these sellers to at least make it down here, of course, maybe. What else can we get to with this? Possibly in this area even. You know, possibly even that area for the sellers. down this area I'm looking. This is where I'm looking for it to drop all the way down here. How it gets there, I don't know how it's going to get there, but that's kind of what I'm looking for with this sales. But we're going to wait for a little, we're going to wait a minute before I do any, active, because I want to make sure this area right here is just cleared out of any real buying, and then we'll see what goes on, all right? So we're gonna keep a little eye on that area. Let me see something. This is 28, 29. This is the 30th. 28.5. Up in here. All right. I think our area. Let's see. Give us a watch area. Let's see. Let's see what we got over here. This is 41. So about 41. What's the top of that? 39. About 39, 41. So about 39, all right, about 39 down. So I'm looking to sell at 39 probably, but I'm gonna hold on and just wait to see what these prices hold for me though. But I like the fact that this price went up. It might be reaching resistance. So I'm gonna watch that. Give me 2 minutes. Give me a little beverage, and then I'll be right back to it. he got it. All right, this is a drop right here. Things moving pretty much according to plan. Got a little 3 o'clock. All right. 15 minutes right there. I see that now we're talking about that. So, not on this. So on a new ready for a new 5 minutes. Looking down still. Yep. You see that, right? You see rejection going on. It's kind of on both ends. Like so let's watch this. Hello? All right. Dang on, I got to do your phone. All right, I'll do that in a minute. I'm on the chart right now. Pay attention, all right? All right, then. Oh, I forgot that. All right, where was I? We were looking at this one started up 32. This one started up. We got 33, 31 so far. It's a lot of stuff going on in the area, so I don't want to play with anything really right now. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We hopefully won't have to really even wait too long, but I want to see what goes on in this area first. I'm gonna wait. I mean, I have some assumptions of what I would like to do, but I don't feel like doing that this week. We're going to be more cautious, I guess. But goddamn, I can't stand being cautious. And we stand and be cautious for 3 hours and losing trade. So, you know, I can't stand that. So I don't want to do that. Here's one thing about discipline. And discipline is the most, yes, it is so important. But what comes with discipline, though, is also trading at the right time and place. You know, doing just a good trade at the right time and place. Because, you know, I could be as disciplined as I may be, but I take the trade at the wrong place. I discipline myself to a loss. So, and that could easily happen. You sit there, I'm disciplined, and the moment you jump in, it's just at the wrong time, wrong place, and the market will do something. Yes, you would say, well, if you're disciplined, you wouldn't have been in the market at that time. But once again, you're human. You're human. You know what I'm saying? You're human. You got to realize that the types of experience that a hard body trader got, you don't have that yet. So while you're watching this stuff go on, your reality and your perspective of life, period, just how you see life and shit, is plays out in the market and puts you into a trade that discipline may have kept you out of, but shit, temptation is always, what it is. And we're always tempted, you're going to be tempted by stuff you like, not stuff you don't like. So that goes with the trading. They're going to give you cherries that you like to pick. They're going to give you a cherry that you love to pick. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to reach for it. Might be a thorn. Might be a thorn bush. All right? So discipline is of utmost. Timing is equivalent. Is equivalent. If I time them all right, I just win. So we work on it all, though. We work on it all. We work on it all. This is what it's about. Do you trade during the news? During the news, I try not to trade. Sometimes I'm just there, though. You know, I'm just there. Yeah, it's always a shit. What is not too greedy and what is greedy? You know what I'm saying? That's always, you know, I'm always at that balance also. What is not greedy? What is greedy? If your account size say, you know, 20 contracts is reasonable, well, 20 contracts is reasonable, but you could take a trade, you could have an account size that's worthy of 20 contracts and just do a trade for 2 contracts, and that particular one trade that you're taking for only 2 contracts can be just a greedy trade because of the timing, and you're taking too much risk on the trade, or just a risky trade. Financially, it might not be too much risk because, you know, it's only 1 contract or 2 contracts or whatever, but it is a risky trade. So it's so many. It's when you're doing it is no. There is no safe spot like where you just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I try to find a couple of safe spots, and with Nadex, because of how the algorithm moves, there is like this, you know, these sweet spots that you can, you know, kind of rest at, and that's what I kind of like to do. It's kind of like there was a story about, I was reading it the other day about the last civilization that was untouched by man or some shit, like they lived on like a beach, and they was the last people that was like, they have not been civilized, like literally they have not been touched by man. Even when people be trying to come there with like to rock with them or something, they throwing spears and they're aggressive. So anyway, what was I telling this story for? There was a reason why I was telling this whole story, and I just lost it. But anyway, this tribe is that aggressive, and so you can't really. I forgot the reason why I told this story. Forget it. Yo, this was a good story though. It'll come back up to me in a minute. This is crazy when I do that. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you, Damon. Catching the sweet spots in the market being safe. Yes. So anyway, it was the tribe, right? So ain't nobody could, you know, they can't touch them. They're very aggressive. Never been touched by a man like that. Whatever. But anyway, wherever that island is, there was a tsunami there. There was a crazy tsunami on that island that everything on the island should be wiped out. But the natives there, they're not wiped out. When they send helicopters over there, shit like that, they still see the natives just living their life like they've been living for centuries. No bodies or nothing like that. They all good. They found a safe spot. In Nadex, like, all this stuff could be happening, but there's some numbers, some strikes, you know, they be safe spots. They be safe spots. But you don't always get that, you know, the price of the safe spot. A lot of times you got to, you know, do some waiting and you know, watching to get the safe spot. But I say all that to say those safe spots exist. And then when you're doing this so much over and over again, it just becomes like second nature of some areas that you know is like safe. You know, there's a lot of areas I see that I know that even though I'm not gonna take the trade, but I'm like, damn, that's a great area to take a trade. I know that it's pretty safe. You know, and you're going to start seeing those areas for yourself also. And when you start seeing those areas, you're going to get comfortable in your own way, because when you see them, you know, even though I might show it, you'll start seeing them from your own perspective, and you'll understand that those areas are safe, and you'll be able to take those trades with confidence. You know, a lot of times this whole market is you could think of it like a sine wave rotating around a rod. Here we go. I'm back at it with extra shit talking about this, but I'll get back to that. Let's just watch the market for right now. Yes, and you should stay. The more picky you become with the strike prices, the better you're going to become at it, because you're just going to be paying attention to what you're paying attention to, and nothing else. And if that doesn't work for you, like if that strike doesn't work for you, then you'll be like, well, that ain't the strike for this particular time. So, all right, cool, and you leave it as that, not trying to force the issue. It's got a nice extension. This like it's going for a minute, but this is, to me, like, once again, this is a response in opposition to what's going on. So, yes, yep, do that all the time. Disqualify, even though it lines up and everything, blah blah blah. Disqualify it, just for, you know, disqualify it, and we'll wait and wait. There's a beautiful area right here that people get, this could be dangerous. It could get dangerous. Remember, get dangerous. Let me see what this, I keep going back to my, see, as long as these are close, you know that area right there could be erratic, because it's happening on a higher level. So that means it's more money, usually. It's like, it's history, it's historic orders, you know, laying at that spot, you know. So that's a lot of times why I get erratic right around, you know, where this meets up. And so those points, we're gonna really start avoiding that. We're gonna really start avoiding that. Yeah, I try to give just mad value, as far as, you know, to look at it one more step further. I know at Team Alliance we look at it a certain way, and that way we look at it at Team Alliance is 100% correct. But I know of just personally that it's a, you know, it wears. You gotta keep on it like that, and mentally it can de-stimulate, you know, how you're trading, to me. So I like to look at this like all these parts, and it might seem like it's a lot of different parts. Oh, he's talking about this part, that part, this part, that part, this part, that part. But you start to realize that every single part is so interconnected that whatever part I'm talking about is just the whole almost also. You see what I'm saying? Because we could sit down here and talk about trend lines and all that. Even if we drew trend lines, all we would end up doing, even these yellow lines I got here, all we end up doing is looking at the top and the bottom of candles in the end of it anyway. Because these trend lines that you might draw or whatever you do is going to be on the top or bottom of a candle. Because the top or bottom of the candle, you know, that's where prices are trying to get to, go to, or get away from, or, you know, or run to. It's just what it is in trading. So everything adds up to just prices moving. And so every little point that we can understand about why a price does move and how price does move in relation to visually and mentally of how people are thinking about the market, it'll all come into play. And we'll know more than the other person on the other side of the coin. And that's what I need. I need to know more than the other person on the other side that's trading against me. Because the other person on the other side, they think they're really smart too. I guarantee you. They think they are smart ass, the person on the other side. Yes, yes. When you got like the perfect slow conditions that, you know, a lot of times we talk about, you might have to sit up there, you know, on the chart all day to get it. And that's fine. But I know everyone can't do that. Everyone can't do it physically, and some people just can't do it because they got other shit to do, and so forth and so on. So I like to try to get to it. Because there's so many trades that are there. Like if we're looking at let's just look at this one right here. We right at that area, right? We back right at that area. So we already know anything at this area, it's a fight, right? So I'm just looking down at this area right now. I want to take look at it going downward. Let's see what the market holds for us. What the market been talking about. This one is starting out down anyway, right? Okay. This one started out down. So I'm already looking at 37. Like I'm already there at 37. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already there at 37 even before anything goes on really. So I know right now I really couldn't get 37 and I really don't want it right now anyway. So I gotta wait for the market to go back against me again, right? For 37 to come into play. Now, that being said, we see the market going away from us, which we like, and then it offers the next price down, which is 35, right? So then that's when we start making a decision on 35. We know 35 is a historic, like that's important, kind of 2 o'clock. So we could gather that it'll be under 35. You know, we could gather that. Now, we move down to 33, right? We do the same thing. 33, you know, is coming our way down. Let's even look at where we started from, right? So if I'm saying that 34.3 is what it stopped at, you know, we always give it up and down about, 2 pips, to be safe, Just if we're just looking at where the market could go for the algorithm at Nadex. You see what I'm saying? Not in just Forex and life. No, we're just talking about Nadex. You know what I'm saying? So we figure at this right here, probably go down to 31, under 31, right? So it's under 31. So 29, would be what you would be looking at if you wanted to probably buy, or 28. 28, 29. So that's kind of how you look at it, because we're saying that this is going down so far, in the algorithm of how these prices kind of move, you probably got, 2 pips. But that's not to say that it's not like how you see it. It's going down further. That's not to say it won't go down there, because the market's going to do what it's going to do, period. You know what I'm saying? It's going to do what it's going to do. But the algorithm says kind of how Nadex is set up. It's like pip and a half, 2 pips range from the main core figure, meaning the main core strike price. And what I mean by a core strike price is you see that, just like up here, you see that it's around 34, right? So you could think of 34 like a core strike price. You know what I'm saying? So it's around there, or 33. You know, all the action is around that activity. All the activity is around that strike number. So, you know, 2 pips up, 2 pips down, tip and a half, almost 3 pips. You know that the market might extend itself once it gets to those points. So if it gets always to those points, you know, all right, let me watch out if I dare take a trade around those areas. All right, I know I spoke a lot. You be all right though. A lot of trades you be at work, but what you will find though is when you're not at work, the market still moves. It's still moving. It might not move exactly the same way, but the things I talk about apply exactly the same way. All right, so you might find that at whatever time that you are able to just really sit down, you know, that you find out that the market might move at the last 10 seconds more than it usually does, or whatever. So it might move at the last 10 seconds, but everything that we apply to the market is being done. It just happens that it moves at that particular time. You see what I'm saying? So everything I talk about over and over and over again is all day in the market, not just for these time periods. This is all day. At the different time periods, the market is going to move differently and behave differently, but the laws of how it moves and behaves will be the same though. All right? So just you'll peep that, you'll understand that more and more as you go on. Right now we're still under, seeing this trying to move up as a response. Right? You notice that most of these up moves are in response to a strong downward movement. Right? Notice all downward moves in response to what's going on. So right now this is like a 15-minute average, all right? Down it looks, you know, down it looks. So all the primary dominant activity is you know, down. So we're not going to look to be up unless we're nice enough. You know, we trade enough, we have more experience to do, you know, counter trade. You know, going counter to what's going on. If you're not that experienced, we're gonna fly with what's going on. So we just have to wait till the response is done. You know what I'm saying? So even on this one, 27, 29, you know, this is up. As far as it goes up, you know, this is more difficult for it to get up because of all the downward strength. So you have to be wary of everything once it gets all the way up to like 33, right? 31, it's probably 31 is fine, probably, right? If we look, let's start. Let me just look at it. We just took the 2 pip range or whatever. 31 would seem like it's all right, right? 31 seems like a good price, right? But I still won't take it. Seems great though. Seems great. Seems great. But we won't do that because we want to just let the market respond. We just want to let it respond. You know, don't be a part of the response. We want to be part of just the strength. The response ain't the strength. All right? Looking at 31, we're watching. Boom. Right? Boom. Let me see what is that right there. Yeah. So 31 is showing itself, right? Your whole tip over, right? Showing itself. Well, look what's happening. You know 31 is at the edge, right? You know 31 is at the edge. 31 was looking strong. It still might be in play. 29. If you see how 31 pushed down all the way that far, right? So you're like, ooh, 29, right? Right? 29 maybe. Especially since it's sitting right on another one. So It's like, and you look at 29, see the algorithm kind of agrees with everything, we talking about, right? Then 31, right? That was like the edge, right? Very edge of this whole thing, right? See how it was right there? 29 again. 29 again. Look at it. All that pressure down. 29 still holding thick right now. But you don't want to be in that, of course. But I'm just, trying to let you see just certain parts of this, right? Just certain parts of it. Even 29 broke down. Okay. You got a little strength over there. 29 came back up, but not even that. No, it broke down even more. So yeah, it's a lot of. So we know that this is, it's a lot of downwards move. There's a whole rejection there. So it must be a lot of, sell orders there, because it absorbed all the sell orders here, absorbed any buy orders. That's what happened, right? Right? You had all these buy orders that was there, and that means it was sell orders just sitting there, absorbing it all the way down, blah, 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 blah. Right? Now we're going to buy orders that are sitting here on someone's desk. They're going to be trying to come back up again, and we'll see if someone else's desk got a bunch of sell orders right there. Right? And it's the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over. Right? That's how we get our money. And then we're looking at this, we're at the same place we was before, around that 29, right? That 29 mark. Right? I feel good maybe at 27 on this, right? And we gave us looking at where's that, maybe 27, 27. You might be feeling comfortable, might feel comfortable there. Even though I'm not taking any, buys right now, but 27, 27 feels, possibly a comfortable spot. And I can get in right now on something like 27, 27 and, go at the money. But it's a lot, like I said, there's so much sell pressure right now. I can't do nothing. I wouldn't do nothing. But I'll wait, see if it comes down to 27, 27. See what we got, right? Because you might get, like maybe like $65. Get, a little at the money. You see? Let's see what the fight look like though. Let's see what how the fight go down though. Let's see, 784. Yeah. He's still sitting there. Someone that's got a bunch of sell orders on it though. But look at that. We got some buy orders. It's found some buy orders, right? It's found some buy orders. So that's that 66 again. So we want it, I press the button on it. I press the button on that. I would press the button on that. I feel pretty confident. I feel pretty confident about it. That's one of them. I'll be like, I'm gone, whatever. I'm gone, whatever. So, matter of fact, I've been, you was at 66. You probably would have already got it, but now, ooh-wee, right? Look at that confidence. Look at that confidence. Ooh-wee. All that confidence shit, huh? We gotta stand firm. Stand firm. Stand down. But that's why I say I take them how they come. I guess 25 was usually 25 got dirty. What the hell? What time is it? 2:10. Woo! I tell you, that sell pressure was heavy. Sell pressure was heavy. That's why we were talking that. Well, we said no buys though, right? We said no buys. No buys. Right? No buys. At this time anyway. and it true to form, couldn't touch no buys. Ooh, I hit the gavel too on that. Like that's what I'm about that. I was like, no. But that's how I get there. I'll get all excited in my own ramblings with this and be all gung ho. And if I'm not right paying attention, I forget that I was saying that I ain't taking nothing up. You know how many times I've done that in my life? And be all set up just how I wanted to set up down. I'm like, I'm not taking anything going up. And then I'll see something, a setup, just how I would set up just now, and because of my perspective, I'll be like, oh, I'm in it. Like, but I'll be in it in real life. 30 contracts down the drain. Think what that do for your weekend, or what that do for family life when 30 contracts go down just down the drain. It'll put a strain on any relationship you have. More response. But trust, once I do get the a little option instrument set up. That's going that little piece of software I think is going to be amazingly helpful. I really do think it's going to be amazingly helpful, because how I want to do it, I wanted to actually just show you what price that you should be looking at and what direction you should be looking at the time, and then it'll just be up to you just to, you know, kind of take that trade when it comes with that price in the direction whenever it comes up. So that's how I'm looking in my head right now. That's how I'm thinking in the head about it. I got some of it, you know, worked out. I mean, I got a lot of it actually worked out. It's just a matter of just getting the time to make it look good for the public. Yeah, for the public. But I'm gonna have that. Actually, I think when I do have it, we're gonna do that live. We're gonna go live in the group, and we'll start looking at that. Yeah, for Nadex. Yeah, it's for Nadex, but it you know, it's for Nadex. Yes. It won't work, you know, on Nadex as far as, you know, you open up Nadex and it take orders right off of Nadex. No, because Nadex kind of doesn't allow that. But as far as showing you where to trade and what you should be trading at on Nadex, yeah, it'll do that. It'll have some indicators or gauging of when, what price and what direction that you should just be in general. You know what I'm saying? As like we said, we was like, all right, you know, 35 was the number, whatever. You know, 30. We would make sure 27.35 will be here, and it'll be showing just all sale. And so you know that for that period of time, for the next whatever 20 minutes, you know, the safe number might be 35, and you should only be selling. And that will make it where, say you, wherever you are, you know, you might be at work and you might slide off into the bathroom for a little bit, or slide to the break room or whatever, the brunch, and then you know, you got it right there. Maybe you're on your phone or your laptop and you can see it just right there. Oh, visually, oh, I should be selling anything below, you know, 27.35 below. I should be selling. and so it'll do something like that for you. And so it should actually give you more trades than I actually give you. Shaw, wait, Shaw, you always do that, Shaw. You always hold me to the fire like that for an exact date. You know, I want to say is almost, you know, I don't talk about nothing unless it's at least somewhere done. So I want to say half, you know, it's already kind of done, but it's just not nice to look at right now. So maybe, you know, who knows, tonight I might just even have it. But it's just not nice to look at, but it'll be there very soon. It'll be there very soon. Like I said, my object with this whole thing is to make people get as much money as possible. You know, whether you are a trader like that or not. You know, so I also, you know, that's how I want to put things together. Whether someone is an ill trader or not, I think that with my ability in showing others and having the tool, the software tool, I believe that, you know, all that in conjunction, anyone will be able to be profitable, you know, in trading on Nadex if they, you know, just treat it reasonably. So that's my goal with that, and to make it where, you know, everyone get money. I just want people to get money. Shit is tough. It'd be tough for people. Yeah, just getting the finishing touches, really. Yeah, you know, I'm not a program, but it's not like I'm a programmer at heart where I just be running around just writing computer code and stuff like that. So I do know how to code, but it takes me a little time to move around, so forth, so on, so on. So, but I've been working diligently on it. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be helpful. I know it is, and it's going to make it where anyone is going to be able to make money. And I've kind of wanted to be with, you know, everything is just, it's kind of like franchise. Like you have the tool and you'll know how to use the tool, and then you'll be able to run your business based on it. You know, you'll be able to run your business based on it. So I'm the signal, you're the signal. That type, you know? I want it to be like that. Not that I'm the signal, because personally, this shit is not really just about me. You know, personally, I just trade, and I'm going to get money regardless. But my bigger goal is just to bring as many people along as possible. People be playing, you know, numbers all day. People play numbers all day, and I know they spend way more money than, you know, they spend a lot of money, and I believe that you can make that money just in this market in Nadex, rather than, you know, just giving it away like that on something that's just purely luck. I think you got better chances with this on some 50-50 purity luck than that, to me. But, you know, not everyone is going to see it like that. But I believe this is, when I look at just life, you know, we live in urban conditions. I don't care what color you are, you know, black, white, green, yellow, whatever. You know, you live in urban shit. This is, you know, we live in urban shit. So, and I look at what other urban places do. You know, in Japan, the housewives be trading on the Forex. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. So that means, so I look at all those little things, just, you know, because Japan and China is like you living in the inner cities of United States. It ain't no difference. Ain't no difference. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't. It really ain't. I don't care. I mean, we have our plight in general. As black persons of color, whatever you want to call the original people. That's a plight in general. But in the scheme of shit, everyone in some United States is, they be struggling. They be struggling, Let's work 2, 3, 4 jobs, all that. So I know what's possible with this internet. That's all. I know what's possible, and that's what I be looking at. The possibilities. Possibilities. I know if I put this together, and someone is able to make $1,000, $2,000 a month, whatever. Shit, I might have changed their whole life. I don't know. I might change their whole life. And that shit is kind of important to me, to be a part of people's memory and testimony and shit, because I'm on some afterlife. I'm on another level with it, so forget it. I'm sorry. I'm about to go somewhere with you. Yeah, I hope so. I hope me and Mark change your lives. I actually really do. I really do. I really do. Mark is Mark is no joke. There's no joke. There's no game in him about any of this. So, I really do be hoping we change lives. Cause that'd be crazy. Every time I think about it, I'd be like, that'd be crazy. Someone is really doing something else in life other than working some job they don't want to be at, doing this type of shit. You know how enjoyable it is, like when you win it anyway. And when you lose it, everything sucks. So let's not. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that shit. When you losing, it sucks. But as far as when you winning and you just able to be at home, like I'm at home every day. Like I have to kind of teach y'all and go through this just to kind of take up time of the day. Because if I did not do that, I'd probably be like really doing something really what I would think was frivolous, even though it's not. But I would probably be making beats and shit like that. And it's kind of like you're a little too old just to be sitting around fiddling with like sound gadgets and shit like that. Like that's how I think about it. But if I wasn't training, that's what I'd probably be doing. You know what I'm saying? No, it shit. That's what I'd probably be doing. Just yes, that you can say tweets till you dead in my face. Yes, and that's the type of shit I would really be doing. I'd really be zoned out just doing that. Probably just running around, messing with like some washed up rappers and stuff like that. Just enjoying like shit like that. Probably. I'm telling you no lie, and doing whatever other investments that I might be doing. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't doing this, like training and shit like that. But I like doing this though. But we're gonna train, and I know, and I just know when I get the tool created and as we move forward, we're just gonna be just more and more of us making more money, and it's gonna be documented. And everyone's just going to know about it. Like, if you want to make money, these are the places to go. There ain't no other place to go like that. It's going to be Team Alliance, IMtheSIGNal, something like that. Any way you want to put it. Either you want to learn how to trade by training, or you come on and just start fucking trading. Excuse my language. But that is what it is for me and us. I guarantee you that. That's what it is. So on this one right here, I'm like 23 is there, but of course you're not going to be safe unless it's 25, 27. 27 really looks like 27 is the number around it, right? So, the 23 is probably all swell, but I don't know. Sometimes I do like it's like swell, but like sometimes I don't like to waste my mental strength with stuff like this. Like it's under 4, but it's at that 3-point, right? And that 3-point is always funny because it feels like 3 is next to 5 and 5 is next to 7, and we end up with stuff like this, right? And that's what I don't like. So I always watch that, and you always want to watch this. Like you see this candle, but you see this candle before that one right there. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch those little spiders that creep up around your strikes. Them are the ones that come out and just take you out for no reason. Because yeah, like you won't even notice this really. You're just watching, you won't even notice it, but this will be part of the reason that all of that, like that little, because that up movement is part of this up movement. You see what I'm saying? So if like it started here, and this is just continuing that up movement. So, them things you got to look out for also. So as this winds down, you see it's at 27, 23, 7. So what we, just looking at it's going up. I'm not going to feel safe at 25. I'm not going to feel safe at 20. I'm going to feel safe at 21. And you look at it, you're like, well, shit, we can't get nothing at 21. All right, but that's where I feel safe at. Right, so maybe I wait for the market to come all the way back to me and see if I still feel safe, or I just don't take a trade. Real simple. But that's where I feel safe. You see? Now 23 might be safe, but I feel like 23. I might feel a little. It's possible I can feel some backlash. But 21, I know it's golden. Or I feel it was golden. But anyway, 21 ain't in our dream set, so don't worry about it. But let's look at something else, though. Let me show you. This same 25, this same one, this started out. 27, you know that we're looking at these core numbers. So 27 is pushing it from where this started out. You figure it started all the way down here, came all the way around and up there. So 27 is pushing it. Not that we would only take it, but we're looking at it to see what, how the market moves. So this 27 sell, 27 is at the top of that range probably. It'll take a lot of strength. The market must got a lot of strength if it makes it past that 27 right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just kind of how the algorithm works. Now how it all comes together. Shit's a big phony machine. Big phony machine. Not that I feel safe at 27 if I jumped in. I'll jump in at 27 if I'm on one of those days. When you don't get to those days though where my objective is just to take as many trades as possible. We'll get to those some days like that also. But those are one of those. The risk is what it is, and I'm taking it, but I'm trying to take as many trades as possible. Yeah, because they do act funny. You got to, them numbers be acting funny. Don't never think that, them just don't be acting funny. They might not act funny just at the time you look at it, but if you have like an extensive history of looking at it, you be like, oh shit, this, I see it. Do be acting funny. I just know. You know what I'm saying? These are 27. You see, 27 is raw, right? 27 might have, 27. Like I said, if I was on it, I'd probably take a shot, maybe. Probably take a shot. But like I said, my heart got to be with it for that day. I got to really be on it for that type of day. If I'm trying to just build my account on some account building shit, which I'm just doing now, I won't take any trade like that. Every trade I'm trying to take is just safe. Let's see what's going on. Nice. So I like to see see what that response is like, see what the buyers want to talk about, see how far they want to take it, and then after that response, then see what goes in when it comes back to the selling goes on, right? So you see, even here, oh, excuse me, what was it, 27 is there? Let's see what happens first. We have to actually pay attention. 23. If I speak too soon, I'm going to speak too soon. We watch this one so far. It's just been going up, right? Yeah. So let's look at it. It's just been going up. So cool. So this is about 25. This is right. Would be 25. But 25, I'm not safe. I don't feel safe there. So I would feel safe at 23. Right? I feel safe at that 23 number. That's where I feel safe at, but it's not in play right now. So do I panic? Anything? No. I'm not even into the buys right now. I'm just talking. But 23 is where I feel safe at. So with this watch. And it's funny, I had to say that little part, like I'm not buying. I had to say that because I was thinking about buying. You see? But that's where I would feel safe at that 23. Like, wow. 25, funny style. Funny style. It's going to be crazy, though, I believe, though, because I think once we get this IMtheSIGNAL movement, how I want it to move, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be all right. Because usually, a lot of times when these type of programs, if you want to call it that, shit like that start off, it usually be some European person, someone from out of the United States, someone, in secrecy and all that. So it's no real accountability for anything that goes on. Like if the program lasts, it lasts. If it don't, it don't. Most likely it won't, because most businesses in general on the internet don't last past a year, and so you get a year out of a business, it's probably, not to say it's a good business, but you got a good run so far. But usually, like I said, all that is usually done by somebody on the low. Yes, like UK is big on forex scams and all that all day long. You'll see that, and I'm like, I never really, get the point, like why is the scam part necessary? Like, because if you know how to trade, you know how to put it together, then you just put it together and make it so people can trade, and then the program will work on its own without any scamming. But I don't understand why they do that. But anyway, that being said, I wanted this to be finally people in, like, United States or whatever, to be able to come to something that's accountable. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a dude from Queens, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a dude from Queens, for real, that just put it together after years and years and years and years of just doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, what if that's the dynamic? Someone that just put it together and they just on it to run the business the way a business is supposed to run, and that's the way it goes down. Now, does that change the whole way that, these Forex and, binary option program, does that change the way that they can work? Does that change that dynamic? So forth and so on. So that's kind of what I'm on, kind of like how my mission is with it. Most people, I know, like, most people don't believe. Most people don't believe in anything. They don't believe. Most people don't believe in making the imaginary real. Like, shit is real. Shit is so real. You guys don't have no idea how, like, it was. I work like everyone else. Now I just do this. Yes. We all been lied to about so much shit since we've been born, that we all conditioned just to feed the machine. We all just conditioned to keep on feeding the machine. And then, I'm futuristic. I'm futuristic on shit. How I think about shit, and I'd be all like, well, if it's all just a computer program, we're all caught in the matrix. All you need to do is just reprogram your thinking with this shit, and you'll be somewhere else with it. So that's what I got on, and that's what I'm on, just reprogramming that shit. So my perspective is different. So all I see is winning. That's all, all I see is winning. Even, I take losing trades. That's why I'm supposed to be like, whatever. I'll be, it is whatever, purple-hearted. But this shit is nothing, because all I see is just winning. That's all I see is winning. I don't think, like, I can lose with anything. Like, I don't think it's a weapon. How they say, no weapon formed against you, blah, 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 right? It's all like that. It's all like that. Yeah, Shaw, it didn't all happen just that, like, cleanly like that. It ain't happen like that cleanly. I was let go of my job. And, I worked in telecom, so I could just, I always just jump in and like really just work. It's not really nothing. Like, if I don't work for a regular company, I could always work for like some, contract or something like that. So I could actually, if I wanted to work, I could work. But did this. I have no reason. Every time I think about it, I'm like, well, maybe I'll go back, to work for some shit for a little bit. But I'll be like, what? Every time I say that, the next day I make it like $1,000 and be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make 500. I'll be like, what am I going to work for again? Yeah. Yo, that's funny, Shaw, you said that, because that's what I think happened. That's what everything. That's what I really think happened here. I was at that particular company that I was talking about for like damn near 20 years or some shit like that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really think they started peeping like my videos and shit like that, and shit. Now I don't sweat it. It is what it is. I be mad because companies do that in general, though. One day you part of the team. Next thing you know, out. I be mad that companies do that sucker shit just in general. You know what I'm saying? Because it changes everything. It should change your whole life just like that. It should change your whole life just like that, man. Yeah, man. Say, yo, I'm telling you, It'll change up on you just like that, and you'll be like, oh shit, so for real? You know what I mean? Had a new what it was, they changed management and all that, right? Changed management. So, you know, my thing was never in that was never management. So once they changed management and shit, now manager don't know you personally. You know what I'm saying? So now they make sure they ain't got no real ties to you. And then, you know, like I said, you got to minimize staff, and your position is redundant. And the funny shit about that they did that with that too. The month before, that same management had called me up, matter of fact, and told me they was my salary was below like the criteria, whatever salary is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it was supposed to be damn near 20,000 more, something crazy like that. So they had told me that in the beginning. I was like, as soon as they told me that, I was like, oh, hey, this shit is about to go down. So they told me that they're gonna give me more money because they said the criteria, blah blah blah. Nah, well, they ain't trying to give you no more money like that. Sure enough, that's how that went down. But that's sucker, you know, that's the sucker shit they do anyway. That's sucker shit they do. And that was me. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that. You be tired of people not treating you like what you worth. I'm tired of that shit. Like this one, I'm looking. Like it's 2:45, so I'm not looking at anything. And this is up, but the 27.25 is probably around what it seems it should be. We're gonna get something soon because I didn't talk for a long time, so I'm gonna shut up soon and we're gonna focus in to see if I can catch something sweet. All right. I don't really know what this up move is about, so we're gonna let it just rock out. See what's going on with it first. That might be a nice area. Who knows? Shortly. Let me see. We all late I'm all late to this fucking game. It's kind of late to the show. I don't want 25. I want more like 27. Let me see. I'm gonna wait. Let's see what's up. I'm gonna wait. Remember, anytime you see one of these end up, you gotta be careful too. On the next coming ones, right, you gotta be careful of that, right? Remember we talk about when you see that pushing, it might not seem like much, but that could be the start of, a nice little push up. So And then you know if that is the start of a nice little push up, you know, what we say, we looking at, you know, at least, you know, maybe at least we went, maybe with 2-3 pips up. So we're not going to feel safe till it's coming up here about that 27. See how 25 is under fire. So, you know, 27, you know, once we got that, like that core number with them prices around, we know that, you know, prices around 25 already. There was, you know, so 27 was our safe number with that. 27, yep. So we, like, and that's another thing. You kind of work, you know, you see this last number, but you kind of like want to work with the 4 digits, and the furthest 4 digit that you can get from that has a price. You know, even a lot of times you see a price like this, like when we look at 27, you see like it's $2. So you know, all right, it ain't nothing there. But that lets me know that 27 is kind of like out the range. So when it comes back on again, like 27, it might be an actual price on it. You see what I'm saying? And but we know it's kind of like out the range of stuff. So yeah, and that's another one. Right? Then you right on point. A lot of time pricing is bad when the setup is, you know, just a, you know, good. It'll look, so if you look at 27, you again you see it's a price on it. So I'm waiting to look at this now. If it was end up pointing down, you know, when we start out like, oh, it's going down, and I'm figuring that, all right, it's getting, you know, that rejection, you know, then I'm like, oh, 27. You see, 27 was there. So you know, I gotta wait to after this 4 minute, this candle here, and then if this was like 13, maybe 15 or whatever, I'll go in there and take that and probably be safe for the whole duration of the trade. So I might have to be in there that whole, you know, 4 minute period, but shit, I'm being that whole 4 minute period, and the whole 4 minutes is fighting with 25, not really with 27, right? So I could go in that whole 4 minute period, or I could just hang around and wait, you know, and be like, well, let's see if it comes back up and give me a price that I could, you know, on 27. You know what I'm saying? But the longer we wait around, right, most likely 25 is the core that is fighting. You know what I'm saying? So we have to go to 25. And again, I'm not, you know, I'm not really with 25 like that. Not right now anyway either. Like I'm not with 25 until the price gets all the way down to like 22. You see what I'm saying? 21. And then on the next one, then, all right, now we can look at 25. You know what I'm saying? So we always want to stay far in a safe spot. Right, you're going to be nervous, even now, because I'm so, you know, I'm so used to taking those trades when I take my trades, as far as like waiting to this period of time for like this 25, right? But if you think about it, that 25, is it more risky than the 27 was? Because the 27 is kind of what it is, you know what I'm saying? The 25 might be a fight. And 27 may not be any fight at all. So the worry becomes more so of, oh, I'm in here for like 3 minutes. I'm in here like 4 minutes or whatever. Is that a worry? It's a worry. But I'm more worried that this will pop over 25 while I'm in it than worrying whether this will go over 27. Like, to me, for that to go over 27, like, something got to be going on. You know what I'm saying? There got to be something going on, like news closely, like, and then the price just shot up. But in that case, 25, it's it. If it reached 27 and I'm in at 27, then the market just did something else. And if it did something like that, I figure I would get caught somewhere else anyway. So whatever. But you see the fight is 25. The whole time you're sitting in 27. Right now you in 27. You're kind of like, how you feel? If I'm in 27 right now, I'm all right, because once again, that real fight is at 25. That's the fight going on. That's the real fight. So 25 was even good, but you got your belly got to go through it. 27, your belly just goes through being in the trade longer than you're used to. You see? But this all come with trading. This is all come with trading. Like when, Team Alliance, we show you, one particular trade. But what you're being showed is not really one particular trade, though. It's being showed how to get into a particular trade at a particular time, so you could be in there at the least amount of time. That doesn't mean you couldn't got in there at another time and the trade not be valid. Trade still be valid. Let's see. This is the 3 o'clock. I'll leave the 3 o'clock alone, because this one could go in our direction, really in our direction, very, very well, or it could go against us crazy. Most likely it'll probably go just in our direction really, really well. Let's watch it. 27, about 27, 22, 9, right? About 27.30 it went down to. 27, yeah, about 27.23. So I'm looking at 27 because there was a price at 27. I would have took that 27 price probably. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I took that 27 price, figuring that this is going to be a fight at 25, if that, because it's 3 o'clock. It might just go. Who knows? But I'm looking at the sell at 27, right? And so let's just stay on that. $25 is probably. Let me see what's this high right here. High is 27. 25 probably just golden too. I'm 27, 25, and at 3 o'clock. That I'm nervous purpose. So I just chill and wait. Nice. Yes. You're starting to understand it, right? That it might make its way till 25 because it didn't go down, right? It didn't just immediately go down, so it might want to get up there to that 25, right? See how 27 gives us a number now, right? Right. So that 25 we was talking about, right? Right? So now let's see what that fight is right here. Let's look at 27. Let's see what goes down with that. Tell you that 3 o'clock be funny. That 3 o'clock be funny. And I won't take 5 at that time, right? Let's see if we get down below 27 though, right? Because that 20, it might have just went to that 27 as, you know, a climax type thing. And you see how that, you see how the 27 is lays there for us. Even at the time we on our, you know, at this 3 o'clock. Let me see where it goes to them, because I can't. This is 3 o'clock. I'm gonna wait till after 3 o'clock. Wait till after 3 o'clock. Even though this might be good though, because this is just what I like to look for. But you know, it's funny how they doing the you know, your little timing right now. Little timing is just a little bit off. But if the timing was right, just look at everything that's, you know, kind of what's going on. If your timing was right, right? If you had 30 seconds on it now or 40 seconds on it now, you know what I'm saying, something like that, then it'll fall like into place nicely. It'll fall into place nicely. That's the 3 o'clock, so it got a little high, I believe. I got a little high, so we might have been kind of, you know, we was good, but our stomach was moving a little bit. But we wasn't going to be into that one anyway, because we always watch out for 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Always got to watch out for those, because I don't know what those numbers mean on someone else's desk. So we watch out for that. Cool. That was cool though. That's cool, because that's what we like to see. Now I'm also looking at, this is up right there, right? So the major, right, push, right, still downward. So I'm looking for that nice push down. We got news coming at 3:30. Yeah. So still looking for that nice push down. Let's see what we got. See what we got. And this is this one right here. So let's look at these numbers. You see this closed at what, 27.52, right? So still, you know, about the 27 mark we're looking at. Won't feel safe to about 29 though. About 29, you know, I feel better, because it's trying to, you know, it's trying to pop on 27 a little bit. So 29, I feel much better at, you know, because it's just tipping at it, you know, just tipping at it. Just see, every time you see that, just tipping at it, and you see it biting on 27 though, right? It's like, you know, like if numbers was a bite, they took a bite out of 27, but 29, they're just nipping at it. You know what I'm saying? Just nipping at it. I can't really get a good bite on that. So, you know, that might be safe. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, some numbers is coming into play. So that's what you know, I'm just watching that. I'm watching that. Look at that. The market went up into 29, and look at the price, what the algorithm gives us. So it believes that 29 definitely, like right now, not in play. This is saying 97. They're 97% sure that it's going the other way. You know, that's what they're saying at the time. Then you get this R27 in play, right? 27 would probably be good. You know, 27 would probably be good. You know, let's take a look at it. Should be swell. Should be swell. And right now, and just another one. Like normally I'm like, you know, I'm setting up for this right here. But just how the market has just been twisting a little bit, that's why I'm not just like, that's my number and it's good. Like, just because the market been just twisting just a little too much bit for me. You know what I'm saying? Because 27, that's strong. That's strong throughout the whole thing. You know, at 62, you know what I'm saying? But it's staying at 62, 63. I wanted at 50 something. And now it give me you get this little push that you don't want if you was in the trade. And then you get this. You don't want that. Definitely you in the trade. So again, 29 was the safe spot. So it looks at this point in time in the market. You know what I'm saying? You get 27, but you didn't want to get hung up like that. Now you get 27 right now, but who knows if that joint don't just turn back around and do some other shit real quick. So you don't mess with that, right? And then you let it go. And then when it comes back out again, you look at it, 29 probably be your number again. 29 probably be that number again. So we look at that immediately just to see what's on there. And we know that, all right, we're looking down for a sell. We're going to be looking at 31 and 29. If we jump on here, right, you don't got nothing at 29, but you know it's nipping at 29. So we watch. And 29 is what? For the sell, right? 29 for the sell. 26 for the sell. 27 for the sell. Now that this is in this area, then we can start looking at the 27, right? More so than we did before, because it's like in the 60s, 27, 60, whatever. It's still kind of funky. 27, 29 is still our magic number. Like, you could take that and just be in there the whole time. Let me see. Well, not yet. Let's wait till this candle fall. So far, this looks like a buy candle, and any buy candle. We don't want no parts of that. We don't want no parts of no buy candle. Not right now. And then if I was to deal with buying, I have to be down here like 23, 21, not that 25. And 25 could be solid and all, but Confucius say, so at some point while I'm watching this, if that came down like 23, then I'd be more than willing to look at something. And anything, that's the only thing I'm looking at up, because remember, we got a lot of downward pressure, right? We can't forget about the downward pressure that we was talking about. We don't want to forget about it, right? We don't want to forget about it. This is still below here, so it's still a lot of downward pressure. You notice it right there. We don't want to forget about that. Right? Remember what we said, how these one candle like to look like the next candle until it don't. Right? So this candle might want to look like that candle until it don't. So we might not want to be in nothing like that. $29, we know we're not going, we're probably not going to do so. We're on that 27, right? 27, I still feel the same way about it. I still feel the same way about it, that, it's still playing it a little too close for me to honor it like that. But it is moving to the lower, trying to get to the middle portion, like it's buying up. They're buying at the middle portion of this right now. Now we're buying lower, right? We're down to the lower portion, so that that makes things a lot better for a buy. Once again, that 63 sometimes, depending on what's been going on, and if the area is one of erratic behavior can happen, then that sometimes that 63, can be funny. That's why I'm laying off of it. That's why I'm really just laying off of it, because it's like your 27 is here too. But if there's not moving in our direction uniformly enough, I consider this a stall, right? I consider that a stall right there. So I don't want to be a part of that. Most likely we got just little jump off, but maybe some decision making going on. There might be some decision making going on coming up to this news though. It might be something like that going on. Like this is happening to about 3:15, 3:20, right? And 3:15, 3:20, whatever might pop off. I guess maybe something like that is going on. I'll be acting like I'm really, I fuck with the Kremlin and all of them. Like I be in the meeting with them and I know, but I'm just talking to you. I'll be with the Parliament. You know what I'm saying? Me and Prince Harry and them talking about it. Where we at with this? Right here, you see that flatten out. We never like to, shoot. I think we took a bullet. I took a bullet. Fumbling around with that. I know I took a bullet. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, they messing around like that. They got some of that Christmas money I set up for my little baby girl. What the hell was that about? They're going to pay. So, we're not going to be foolish in that area. We're just going to chill out, though. But even while I'm in that area, I'm testing myself, right? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, I'm looking down. So I'm like, let's give ourselves some room to see. 28. I like 29. I don't like 20, 27. Still a big little chunk of that, So I'm looking at 29. You see, I'm always staying as far away as possible until I'm just all the way comfortable with it, because of the time of years, the seasonal type of trading. You gotta like respect it. You gotta respect it. Like you gotta respect it. Like you gotta respect it. You sit there and I'm like, well, 27 is sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, it's a go. It might be. It might be. It might not be. So instead, we just wait. And anytime you waiting is cool, because all you're doing is just gathering more information. You're gathering more information. Keep money in your pocket, and till you feel confident. And like I said, a lot of this is right now. We just on the chart right now because we on the chart right now. So I might come to something like this just in general in my life, right? See something like, shit is jammed up right now. I don't have to stand here and keep looking at this, right? I won't we on here because we on here studying, but I don't have to look at that. I could close, shut, go do something else until this area has been finished, and then go about what we're doing, because we know at least after that area is finished, look, everything looks pretty clean till about 4 o'clock. So matter of fact, we're gonna watch. We ain't gonna do too much. We're just gonna really watch, because we want to see what's happening leading up to this right there. We don't want to be a part of no hocus pocus. You know what I'm saying? So 27.25. 27.27 is the magic number, right? Or 29, I said one of them. But we know 25 ain't it, so we just wait up. Word. Yep. Yep. So you keep watching, listening, watching, listening, watching, training, listening. You know, paper trade. That's I'm telling you. Anytime you're doing this, if you're not, just taking a trade, look at stuff. Make sure just keep your paper trade going on. You're gonna see so much going on. And you're gonna get confident. I'm telling you, that's how I got the level of confidence that I got in it, because I take the trades that I'm talking about. I took them hundreds. Like, I took them so many times. I've seen them so many times. I've seen them thousands of times. I've taken it hundreds of times. So after a while, it's like, you don't be too worried. Even when I'm in there for the longer period of time, you just hang tough. You just hang tight. And then you got to realize that it's only a long time to you. It's really only a long time to you, because you're looking at a 5-minute window in your head, and you're like, well, I'm in that window at 4 minutes. The time ain't really no longer. It just feels like it's longer. It just feel that way. Which is also very fascinating, how all of a sudden time feels like it's staying still just because you got money on the line, right? How did that happen? Because it's all perspective. Shit is phony. What's happening to this? Still going up. We're going to let this thing do its up thing first. I'm going to let this go through all its dramatics. I'm going to let that do that first. It sure is just illusions. It sure is just a whole bunch of it. And once you start like pushing your way through some of those illusions, you start to say, well, shit, this ain't none of this shit real. There ain't none of it real. You start doing that with the market. You be like, well, that's a fake. That's a straight fake out. That ain't even real. That's not what the market is doing. You know what I'm saying? So you start being like that, and then like it all starts coming together like, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. See how I'm pushing on that 25, right? Pushing up. We let that rock out. Let that rock out. Dang, I'm a fool. What's up? What you doing? Even something just like this, if you're just watching it, it started out going up, and so if I look, I want to see like how far could it possibly go down because of the algorithm. Remember, when you look at it, I might look about you know, about 2 pips down because of the algorithm, you know, and that'll put you about like 23. That'll put you at 23, you know, meaning that, you know, 20, 25, I don't know, but I know like 23 I'll be stronger at, and even that's not a given, seeing how that scraped the bottom, damn near, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's where I feel more comfortable at. Wouldn't have felt comfortable at 25 at all. So the number, I guess, is about 21, more so. Even though we're getting a little inching up. Look at that right there. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of times these numbers, like the ranges, like how far things market will go, because of the algorithm, is true, right? It'll be true. What happens is, like, it'll be true. Let's just say I did like the next 5 trades, just back to back to back to back, right? So let's more than 5. Let's just say I did the next 8 or 10 trades back to back to back to back. I'll probably win most of those trades, right? But I'll probably lose maybe one. Excuse me, maybe one and a half type thing, right? Just enough that all the trades I took kind of wiped out, like that. That's how many you would lose just going by the algorithm of how far prices go, and that's because these prices at certain times will overshoot the targets, right? So at those overshoots, and undershoots, that's where people lose their money. That's why you can't just say, oh, I got this amount of room or that amount of room, and just go down the line like that, because there's other factors in there. So it might be working on them core numbers, and you're pretty safe in between and on the outsides of them. But like I said, you have those overshoots that's where you lose any money, and you might only lose 1 or 2 trades in that whole particular string, right? So I'm kind of saying, like, if 70, I don't want 75, 77. Let's 27 was our number, right? Something like that. Let me get on this one. Let's say up here. Let's say 27 was our number, right? For the most part, 20. We gotta go 29. For the most part, all of these trades are gonna be under 29. Whether we get a price on it or not, that's a whole nother thing. But all of them are gonna be like pretty much under 29. Then you might have one like this that overshoots, right? So knowing that, that's powerful. That's powerful, because you're saying, oh shit, that's a safe spot for this period of time, right? Right now, we're looking at a market going down. So we're saying, all right, that's a safe spot. Once the market moves another level down, right, then 25 played the safe spot. Just like at this juncture right here, 35 or whatever was a safe spot. 33 was 31 right here, all was safe. You go up here, 37, all safe. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. You see what I'm saying? So all you have to do is, just have your timing correct. And so this, it's so much to teach, so much to show you guys. There's got so much to show you. But I think that's a very good way to look at it. You see right here that 27 or whatever. You see how many trades are below that. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 7 trades. You're not gonna get pricing on all of them, but if 7 trades went below 27, maybe you probably got pricing for at least 2 of them, right? If we not even being generous, for at least 2 of the 7, you know you gotta have that pricing. 2 solid trades right there in this small period of time. All right. I've been here on this very, 2 hours, just blah, 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 so you can understand certain points. But in reality, you had the trades. There are trades there. There are trades there. Like we just looked at 27. All the times have been down, and it's like that for many other price levels that you go to. So let's let that rock out right here until after this. And then we'll see if something actually sets up.